Welcome to Market Slice. You know what? Wait. Let's try it from a different angle. Yeah, it's all about a different perspective. I usually do finance videos, but today we'll do something different. We're playing Monopoly. The objective of Monopoly isn't to acquire wealth, it's to bankrupt the other players. Emotions are set aside, otherwise you'll be slapped by the invisible hand of the free market. Find a friend, preferably one that you have a strong friendship that won't be easily damaged by a ruthless game of capitalism. Today, I'll show you how to always win at Monopoly. I'd like to give a shout out to some of my favorite channels and people I'd always invite to game night. First on our list is Fire for Me, is an awesome channel that delves into FIRE, financial independence, retire early, as well as helpful tips on investing and staying frugal. Our next one, Firecracker France, another amazing channel about personal finance, lifestyle, and beauty. Make sure to check out both. Now you're thinking, that's awesome, Market Slice. I'd like a shout out too. Well, sure thing. Somewhere in my video is a secret Monopoly space. Name that space in the comments below for a shout out on the next video. Before we begin, some trivia you'll find pretty interesting. Well, all trivia is interesting, obviously. The cost of the original game was $2. A Braille edition of the game currently exists. Neiman Marcus once sold a promotional game for Christmas that was made out of 100% chocolate. Okay, let's get into the tips and tricks to catapult you into first every time. Understand the dice, the vehicle for the game. Your highest probability of rolling a 7 each turn is 16.6%. The second highest probability of rolling a 6 or an 8 is 13.8% each. Your chance of rolling a number 6 through 8 is roughly 50-50, or 44.4%. Leave little money in your personal bank. You want your money to make money when players land on your spaces. Always enforce the auction rule. The player that decided not to buy the property can still participate in the auction and potentially get the property cheaper. But which properties should I go for? Good question. Prioritize orange and red properties. There's almost a 40% chance of landing on an orange property on a player's first roll out of jail. The top 3 properties to own are Illinois Avenue, Tennessee Avenue, and New York Avenue. And the properties to avoid? The green properties. There are no chance cards that send a player there, and the properties are expensive to build on. They are right after go to jail, so a player may not even land there. Don't worry about buying utilities. You're not going to lose the game on that alone. You should, however, own railroads. Do you go after the railroad monopoly yourself? The railroads are, in my opinion, great leverage tools in the mid-game, as well as sustainable income in the endgame phase. They take up 10% of the board, and 2 chance cards direct you towards those spaces. The Monopoly rules condone taking advantage of not paying a distracted player whose property you've landed on. If he or she fails to notice by the next player's dice roll, you don't have to pay him or her rent. This is a game where jail time is not just tolerated, but it's encouraged. Avoid jail early, enjoy jail later. While in jail, you can collect rent, buy or sell houses or hotels, and buy or sell properties. Now, one of the most important parts of the game is the house development. Develop at least 3 houses as fast as you can. Then, create a housing shortage. There are only 32 houses available. Players cannot develop their properties or buy hotels if there are no houses in the bank. These tips and tricks will now put you in a golden position on every future game. Use this newfound knowledge responsibly. Countless friendships and relationships hang in the balance. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Now that you're a real estate tycoon, why not try the stock market? Check out my awesome stock picking videos here on the right.